This topic fluid dynamics, and we shall see the first concept, streamline flow. Actually, what is fluid dynamics? The study of the fluids in motion is known as fluid dynamics. Right, in the last classes we have seen that the fluid was at rest. Now when fluid is in motion, how it is, whether it is a streamlined flow or turbulent flow, as a laminar flow, what are the characteristics of that streamlined or laminar flow, we shall see one by one. See, when tap is turned slowly, the water is coming out very smoothly initially, but this smoothness can be lost when the speed of the outflow is gradually increased. Means when speed is more increased, you cannot see that smoothness as where the water is coming slowly. So in particularly studying the motion of the fluids, we focus on attention what is happening on various fluid particles at particular point is in space and time. Suppose if this is a fluid which is flowing, which is in motion, we'll observe that a particular point how the fluid particles are behaving in terms of velocity, in terms of their direction. These two are the important things. So we observe and we focus on it, whether it is moving zigzag and the streamlines are intersecting or not, or what is the velocity and how it can be decided of the particle at particular instant that we choose. We focus on that. Now, what is a steady flow actually? The flow of the fluid said to be steady if at any point the velocity, if suppose you choose this one, well, the velocity of each passing fluid particle remains constant. If you observe, this is a particular point where the particles are coming in and out. So if you observe that particular this instant of time and this instant, the velocity remains same. That particularly the fluid said to be steady flow. Fluid said to be in steady flow. So velocity defines that whether it is steady or not. If rapidly changing the velocity, now we can call it otherwise. Now this is a simple a typical trajectory of the fluid particle, how it is. The tangent at that particular point can be drawn, which gives the direction of the velocity. So this is what the simple study flow, right? Now this does not mean that particularly velocity at different points in space is same. Different points, suppose exactly the velocity may not be continued with the at other point, but at particular this region the velocity of the fluid particles remains same. So at a different point the particle may have different velocities because the direction is also changing here, right? So the velocity of the particle may change as it moves from one point to another point. That is, at some other point, the fluid particle may have different velocity, but every particle which passes second point behaves exactly as the previous particle that just as it has passed. Means the behavior of the particle should be the same as earlier in its path. So each particle follows smooth path and the path of the particles do not cross each other, intersect each other. Particles do not be intersected. The path followed by or taken by the fluid particle under a steady flow, which is called as a streamline. The path which is called as streamline path. So streamline path. So this is except streamline path. So no two streamlines cross each other. If they do, like crossing each other, an oncoming fluid particle can go either one way or other way, and the flow would not be steady. When they are crossing, the flow net cannot be said as steady flow. Hence, the steady flow, it may the map flow is stationary time. How do you draw in a closed separation lines? So see that when particles are very close, we can easily say that might be well having more velocity. So now, particularly the equation of continuity, that is mass conservation, the amount of entered fluid of mass, exactly the amount of entered of leaving out of the pipe of mass are same. So when masses are same, now the mass of the fluid cannot be destroyed, cannot be treated as waste. So exactly whatever the amount of fluid entered into the pipe, which is equal to the amount of mass of the fluid which is leaving out of the pipe. So density of the fluid is always same. The density cannot be changed. Once is entered, the density property cannot be the same. Density property can be the same. So now when you are choosing mass conservation, now we can write the equation of continuity from that. Here the points P, Q, R are chosen, and the number of particles, total number of particles, fluid particles P and Q and R remains same. Here we are choosing that AP is the cross sectional area, AR is the cross sectional area, IQ is the cross sectional area. Corresponding velocity Vp, Vr, Vq. So velocities might be changed, but the fluid which is entered is called as rho only. If you write it as rho p density, rho r density, rho q density, now rho p is equal to rho q is equal to rho r, which is equal to rho, right? Now the mass which is crossing at p is equivalent to the mass which is crossing at q. So the delta m, let us say, mass of the fluid which is entering at point P is equal to the delta m mass which is crossing at Q also. Of course, the delta m at R also. You know very well that what is a mass. Let us say delta m mass which is equal to rho into volume. Rho. What is volume? How to write volume? See that volume means area into the amount of distance that fluid has displaced. So suppose let us say this is the fluid which is being displaced here. So delta x. How to write this one? The amount of time that has been traveled is also estimated as a distance v into small v into delta time, which is also called as distance. So a into small v into delta t, which is called as delta m. Right, now you apply here. When you apply here, what is, you can get it, rho p ap vp delta t is equals to rho q aq vq delta t, rho r ar vr and delta t. Right, as fluid is incompressible, fluid is incompressible, then rho p, rho q, rho r same, which is equal to rho. Right, now of course, now you can say that as a streamlined flow, what is that? The velocity remain the same. Velocity, sorry, the velocity is same, but the cross section is changing. Cross section is changing, then the velocity is changing. Depends on cross section. Now, of course, this can be cancelled out. Now you can write it as AP VP AQ VQ AR VR. Right, so R simply A into V is equal to constant. What is this? Area. What is this? Velocity. So area inversely proportional to velocity at that instant. Right, this is called as equation of continuity. Equation of continuity. This is indicating that conservation of mass, conservation of mass, and for the incompressible fluids, incompressible, the principle involved, because the simple, the mass which is entered delta m, which is leaving out is delta m, that is a simple same. So mass here cannot be destroyed, cannot be produced, but it can be entered and leaving out of the form same. So the principle involved in the equation of continuity, which is relating area into velocity, is involved with the principle of conservation of mass. This is also called as volume flow rate or volume flux. This is called as volume flux or volume flow rate. You can write it as volume AV, which is called as volume flux, volume flux, or which is also called as flow rate. Right, so when particularly area is increased, velocity decrease. When area is narrow, now velocity at that particular point can be increased. So lower the area, higher the velocity. Right, generally the steady flow can be achieved at low speeds. The steady flow can be achieved at low speeds. at low speeds. Beyond a particular limiting value, beyond a limiting value, that speed is called as the speed is called as critical speed. Critical critical speed. So then what happens beyond next the beyond critical, the flow becomes a turbulent flow. This is a simple example, right? Now one can when the fast stream encounters rocks or obstacles, a small foamy whirlpool like a region, white white water rapids regions are formed, right? Now here the first example you see that this is called as streamlines, which is going the same direction is not changing. This type of flow which is called as laminar flow. So so where the velocities at different points in the fluid may have different magnitudes, but their directions are same, like all are be parallel to each other. The velocities of the different points of the fluid particles may be different, but the directions are same. This type of flow is called as the streamline flow. Now here the velocities are different and the directions are different. This is called as a turbulent flow, just like it is a jet air of striking a flat plate placed perpendicular to it. Then what happens, you can see that how the air changes. So this is called as a turbulent flow. This is a streamline with a laminar flow, right? Next we see the application of Bernoullis for the fluids, how the energy can be conserved. Let's see a simple proof, an important proof also, where we apply equation of continuity is also there. So this is Bernoulli's principle, which is based on law of conservation of energy. We shall prove this Bernoulli's principle. How to define this statement is, when we move along a streamline, the sum of pressure plus kinetic energy per unit volume plus potential energy per unit volume remains same. Means pressure plus kinetic energy per unit volume, small v, plus potential energy plus per unit volume is equals to constant. Means we will write it as pressure plus of mass by volume rho v square, mass by volume rho gh is equal to constant. So this is indirectly indicating that if if you are dealing this one, uh, pressure, you can get it's the same, right? So pressure plus of rho v square plus rho gh remains same. Now we shall prove this. Here this is a pipe where fluid enters, fluid leave out of this one. So when it is cross sectional area A1 is there with the pressure P1, so some force is to be allowed to enter this, right? Some work is done on the fluid. Now with its entering velocity v1 and it travels some time delta t, which is called as some delta x1. The bc is the distance that we are assuming where fluid is entered, and I'm concentrating that the area of cross section is a2, where velocity v2, which is arranged at a height h2, so both are not at same heights, right? Now de, what is de? v2 into, let us say, delta t, v2 into small small v2 into delta t. What is that? That is a delta xo2, that is delta x2. So another distance, the volume is equal to area into delta x2, the volume is equal to area into delta x1, right? We apply slowly what is happening here, what is meant by work done on the fluid, what is meant by work done by the fluid. Here here the region which is called as work done by the fluid, here the region is work done on the fluid. How to write work done? Generally p into delta v is equals to work done. P into delta V is equal to done. P into delta V, volume, area into delta X. So at first region we apply P1, area A1, velocity V1 into delta T time, right? Here work done by the fluid which is coming out of the other end of the pipe, so work is done by the fluid, work done by the fluid. Work done by the fluid, what is that? Here work done by the fluid is p2 into a2 into v2 into delta t, right? So this is a simple one, but here work done on the fluid is taken as negative p2 into delta v, here p1 into delta v. So because equation of continuity a1 v1 is equal to a2 v2, right? Now net work done, how to write? The net work done is equals to w1 minus w2, of course, or p1 delta p minus p2 delta v, which is equal to p1 minus p2 into delta v, p1 minus p2 into delta v. This is actually net work done, right? Now we shall see the calculations of uh, potential energy as well as kinetic energy and how they are helpful to us. Now this part of the work going into changing energy of kinetic energy of the fluid, and a part of energy goes into changing of gravitational potential energy because involved at heights, and the fluid which is entered is with the density rho, delta m is equals to delta m is equals to rho into a1 v v1 into delta t, right, at the first region, or which is called as rho into delta v. Volume is entered, volume is leaving out are same, right? Now what is that? mass in the pipe in the delta t time, the change in gravitational energy. G delta U is equals to rho into G into rho into delta V. What is that? Mass. 8 H2 minus H1, like this. Actually, this is indicating that MgH2 minus MgH1. I am taking M is a common. Rho H2 minus H1. This is called as rho into delta V G H2 minus H1. This is a delta U. Similarly, change in kinetic energy is equal to of mv2 square minus v1 square. I am writing rho into delta v v2 square minus v1 square. So delta u has calculated delta k, change in kinetic energy, because involved with the speeds as well as here involved with the heights, both are involved here. Now we apply work energy theorem, right? So the work is equal to, now it is change in kinetic energy, now as well as we consider plus change in potential energy also, right? So according to work energy theorem, then how to write? Work done is net work done is equals to delta U plus delta K, or delta K plus delta, whatever it is, both are same. What is net done? Work done. This is P1 minus P2 into delta V. Delta K means of rho into delta V, V2 square minus V1 square plus, what is this, rho G delta V H2 minus H1. So this is 1. So shall we cancel delta on both sides also? P1 minus P2 is equals to half into rho V2 square V1 square plus rho into G into H2 minus H1. This is balancing of that pressure, kinetic energy per unit volume, and potential energy per unit volume. So this what actually, how do you write? P1 plus of, if you bring this left side, of rho v1 square plus, if you bring this one, rho g h1 is equal to right side p2 plus of rho v2 square plus rho g h2. Okay, so now what is happening here? Pressure plus of rho v square plus rho gh is equals to constant. So pressure plus kinetic energy per volume plus potential energy per volume, the total is constant. This is called as Bernoulli's principle, which is also equation called as Bernoulli's equation. Most of the problems are involved with this principle only. Now we shall see some applications of it also. Bernoulli's principle. here. No energy is lost here, means energy conservation. But note that some in energy conservation principle there is simple assumption that no energy lost due to friction. So friction was not present at this moment as we thought. But in fact, coming to the fact, when fluids flow, some energy get lost due to internal friction. This arises due to fact that fluid flow at a different layers of the fluid flow with different velocities. So when they are exerting a frictional forces at the ends of the pipes or what that, this is called as a property of viscosity, which can be seen later. Next subsequent sessions we will see what is viscosity and other. When fluid is at rest, so static fluid, what is the velocity? Velocity remains same. So you write it as simply pressure plus rho gh is equals to a constant for fluid at rest, right? So p1 plus rho gh1 is equal to, you can get p2 plus rho gh2. So this is other simplification where velocity reduces to 0. This is a speed of efflux, out flux speed at point 1. This the intention is to, this is a simple a tank where fluid is outflowing with a speed v1. Now v1 has to be calculated here. This is a Torricelli's law. Efflux means outflow. This is outflow speed. This is outflow speed. So we consider a tank which is like the where the fluid is identical to freely falling body. As like freely falling body from certain height, what you can expect, the speed is bottom while it is striking the surface is equal to root over 2gh. Similarly we can get it as like a freely falling body, but the Bernoulli's principle has to be applied at point 1 at point 2. The equation of continuity, area of the cross section A1 with velocity V1 is equal to A2 into velocity V2. This is flux rate, this is flux rate or volume flow rate, and this is volume flow rate. Right. Now here the outlet is above a height of y1 from the bottom h to this one, right? Now what is meant by y2 minus y1, which is called as h over here, right? Next apply Bernoulli's principle. Then you get it at this particular point. P1, or let's say apply P1 plus of rho v1 square plus rho g from the height y1, right? Next here p2 is pressure p uh, is equals to p2 plus, what is the velocity of the fluid at top? 0. Kinetic energy. I cannot write 0. I cannot write kinetic energy here, which is easily left over. Rho G Y 2, right? Now I shall write P2 is equal to P, already assume, right? And P1 is equal to P2 is equal P1 is equal to PA, atmospheric pressure, right? Apply here PA plus rho V1 square plus rho GY Y1 plus is equals to P2 is simply P plus rho GY2. Our intention is to calculate this one, right? Of rho V1 square is equals to P minus PA plus rho Y2 minus Y1. Y2 minus Y1 of rho V1 square is equal to P minus PA rho GH, right? V1 square is equals to 2 into P minus PA plus 2 into rho GH by rho by rho. So V1 square is equal to, first I am writing this one, 2GH plus 2 into P minus PA by rho, right? Here, if P is more greater than PA, it is becoming more value, then 2GH may be neglected. Next, suppose that is indicating that more value dominated this one. On the other hand, if this is open to atmosphere, open open lid tank, then what happens? Tank is open to atmosphere. Tank is open to atmosphere, then V1 square is equal to 2GH. The flux speed is equal to root over 2GH. The flux speed is equal to 2GH. So this is called speed of efflux, outflow speed, right? So based on that, simple problems are solved, we can get it. This is known as a Torricelli's law. This is the speed of freely falling body at any point of height h during this fall. This equation is known as Torricelli's law. This is Torricelli's, as it likes freely falling body.